Hello and welcome back to a new video with PostHog-LLM. Today I will share an interesting insight for the Wildchat 1 million conversational dataset. I will use a subset of the original data with 600,000 conversations. I will show how to calculate, for instance, the percentage of conversations that only have one turn, how many conversations have two or more turns, how long does it take to go from one turn to another, that kind of insights. Just before I show the funnel graph, let me quickly show you my data structure, how the conversations are stored. Here you can see a list of LLM task events, and these LLM task events are dialogues, just dialogues that contain the user input and the model output. Let me open up one of these. Here you see, for example, the LLM input for the user input and the LLM output for the model output, as well as other properties that characterize this dialog. Properties related to the browser, device type, user language, and also this property here, turn. This is the property I'm going to focus on today. This property tracks each type of the conversation. Here I have number one. So this first dialogue. So this is the first dialogue for this session ID. So all conversations are linked by a session ID. Now for the insights, I'll go here to the product analytics page here in the funnels, the funnels tab, and here so in PostHog, funnel charts are typically used to monitor how users move through a different stage of a journey, such as going from a product page to a checkout page. So normally here in the query steps, you will track page views to see how users move from one page to another. But since dialogues are sequential, I can use the same logic to track how users progress through each turn in the conversation. So here I will select the LLM task event with turn 1. I'll use a filter here, select the property turn equals 1. So, and then I will aggregate by, I want to count sessions, not users. And also I want to duplicate this. And instead of 1, I want to insert a number 2. And here, let's change the date range. So here, you will here in the first insight. So out of nearly 600,000 sessions, 378 sessions have just one turn. So around 37% of the data includes conversations with more than one turn. Interesting. The median time is 1 minute and 51 seconds. Sounds reasonable. You'll notice that the average time on the top right is significantly higher. This is because some conversations have long gaps where users return to continue the dialogue hours or even days later. So there are outliers skewing the average. Now let's add another turn here, turn number 3. So I will duplicate this again and change this to 3. Whoops, lag. Let's see. Okay, so it seems that notice how the drop from turn 1 to turn 2 is much larger than the drop from turn 2 to turn 3. So in fact, if I adjust the conversation rate calculation to the previous step, let's see, you'll see that the conversion rate actually increases from turn 2 to turn 3. So it seems that once users pass the initial turn, so from number 1 to number 2, they are more likely to stay engaged in the conversation and making it to more subsequent turns maybe. So there is a conversion rate in relation to the previous step and also the overall conversion. So you can see that here the conversion from turn 1 to turn 3 is 24%. Finally, also you can see here that 140 sessions have at least 3 turns, and also the number of sessions with just 2 turns is 77,000, with a median time of 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay. Finally, I can also see the historical trend for this funnel and try to understand if there is a trend for this funnel. So here in the graph type, I'll change this to historical trends. And here I can see that at the start of April, users were way more engaged. So meaning they were more likely to reach 3 turns for a given conversation. But as time went on, that number decreased and then kind of maintained till April of 24. That's the last data point I have for this data. And that's it. That's what I wanted to show you for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and find it interesting, and subscribe for more. See you.